Our senior correspondent, John Miller, is a former deputy New York City police commissioner. He's traveling overseas on assignment, but he joins us on the phone. John, good morning. How could something like this happen? Where were the police?
Well, I think the police had engaged in this fairly early with a series of checkpoints at points coming into the city at bridges and tunnels where they stopped numbers of these motorcycles and actually confiscated motorcycles, wrote summonses, and so on. Part of the reason that this event never reached its full potential, this mass gathering of motorcycles, was because of the enforcement action. But during that stretch where you see that chase, the police weren't there. But one of the things about this motorcycle event was it, by its very nature, was highly mobile.
So, John, where is the police investigation?
Well, it has three main prongs. After this assault took place, they did a lot of enforcement actions, just stopping motorcycles on traffic violations, and frankly, to ask them where they were and what they'd seen. So you saw a lot of that on the West Side Highway following this. But the obvious place to turn is the videotape. That you've got some motorcycles in it without license plates, but you've got some where you may be able to enhance it to read the registration. But you certainly have the person who posted it, which brings us to the third prong. You've got the social media aspect. These are not rebels without a cause. You've got rebels without a clue here. They managed to commit a crime and an assault posted on videotape, and that videotape is going to be a key piece of evidence. Also, in Operation Crew Cut, they'll look at the social media conversations unfolding about this, and they will identify participants that way too. So they have a lot more to go on in this case than they would had this been a random assault, and they'll exploit all of that.
Obviously, there's no excuse for this kind of violence, but do they believe that they set out to do something like this and pick this person out, or do they believe that some incident precipitated it?
There is some discussion about whether some earlier perceived incident in traffic had happened further down the West Side Highway, the part that's not captured on that videotape. But, Charlie, this is a growing problem. If you talk to people on the roads of New York, they'll say that these large groups of motorcycles tend to go speeding by and then slow down and almost deliberately intimidate motorists. And this is something the NYPD is aware of. But, again, they're highly mobile. You can stop one of them, but you can't stop all of them. So it's something that I think the department after this incident is going to have to look at a wider approach to.
John Miller, thank you.